Hello listeners, Dr. Knifefight here. Things are a bit different today. My friend Noah is with me here in the studio. So instead of me playing a user submitted a story, I will give over to my pal Noah to tell you about his experience with a stalker. Hi, so this is Noah. And I used to have this girlfriend and we courted for weeks. It was perfect. She was the first serious girlfriend I'd had as an adult. It was perfect. Her grandma she lived with was a sweet little old lady, and she used to make me pancakes and everything. The girl's name, we'll call her Gerald just for identity purposes. She was perfect. We went out for our first date to the park and we sat on the swings holding hands. I felt like I was truly alive for the first time since ever. I mean, my mother died when I was young and my father used to beat me something silly, so I've never felt wanted in this world. Not until I met Gerald. So yeah, I felt pretty strong head over heels in love with her. But yeah, after a few weeks of courting and going to the park and her grandma making me pancakes, I slept over at her house and I wanted to do it for the first time. She'd never done it before and neither had I, so I was nervous. But yeah, we just cuddled instead of doing it because I didn't want to make things weird and I was a bit scared. So anyway, the next day I went home and I got an email from Gerald telling me she didn't want to go out anymore, and I was a bit of a pussy for not sleeping with her, and I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I went over to her house and I won her back, and lo and behold, we fell in love. We slept together, and it was perfect. It was brilliant. But then anyway, she got a letter saying a few days later she had to go to university if she wanted to train to be a horse raider, and she wanted to ride horses very bad all of her life, and I was kind of supportive, but I didn't want her to go because it meant we wouldn't see each other very much anymore. And anyway, we agreed a long distance relationship, and she said I could always go by her grandma's for pancakes because she's old and lonely, and she'll miss Gerald at university learning to ride horses, so she'd welcome me there to be like someone to eat with. So yeah, Gerald went to uni and I missed her, but we had phone sex and Skype sex, so it was okay. Yeah, I saw her cute little dimple titties on my screen, so it was okay. So I went to her grandma's for pancakes, just to be good land. So she wanted lonely and alone by herself, and she made the sweetest pancakes. They were perfect. So I'm eating the grandma's perfect pancakes, and then a little man came over, like a little old man with hairy chest called Rudolph, and he was grandma's love interest at this point, and she started making him pancakes, and I was a bit jealous, but the grandma was like, look lad, I'm sorry, no more pancakes for you now, because I'm making them all for Rudolph now, and I got very mad about this. So the next day I followed the grandma to the parking lot of the shore store, the big like Walmart, and I watched her go in, and she came out buying about 400 eggs, and I was like, don't tell me that's only for Rudolph, you can make eggs for me too. But I didn't want to know all of this, so I sort of made it a surprise. Like, I just said, oh hey, I didn't mean to bump into you here, but she fucking pretended not to see me, and I felt so bad. Anyway, I called next day on an excuse I'd left something in Gerald's room, and that Gerald wanted me to take it to her, so I was going to go see her at the horse ride university, so the grandma let me in. And Rudolph was there eating lots of pancakes, and I was very jealous, I've got to say. So yeah, I went anyway. I stayed with Gerald for over the weekend at a horse university, and I rode a horse with her, and we had such good laughs. It was perfect. But anyway, I go home back after a few days, back to my life, and so I go over to Grandma's hoping she'll make me a pancake, and lo and behold, Rudolph's in there already eating them. So I crouch in the garden and watch through the window, and when no one's looking, I reach my hand through the open window and steal some pancakes. And so I'm like walking home, and then eating the pancakes, and everything's fucking perfect. I'm in love with the pancakes. I tell Gerald, I miss you baby on the phone, and then I go to sleep. So the next day I'm doing the same again, and I managed to steal some more Rudolph's pancakes through the window. What a score. So this happens for several weeks, and then Gerald rings me distraught, telling me it's over, and I'm like, why, what's wrong, my baby? And then she says, you leave my grandma alone. Absolutely not sure what to do. I go to the grandma's house and I find a squad car there, a police car, and the policeman's like, oi, Noah, this old granny has reported you for stalking. You have to leave her alone. And I had to go to court and everything, and I had to pay $75 to the granny in compensation. And guess what? She used the fucking money to make some pancakes for Rudolph. So that's Dr. Knifefight. Is basically how I became labelled a stalker, but I swear I'm not a stalker, okay? Well, thanks for sharing that with me, Noah. So, do you want me to buy you some pancakes, buddy? Will that make you feel better? Please, Dr. Knifefight, I'd love some pancakes, but to be honest, you won't make them as nice as that old grandma did.